Good afternoon, everyone. So happy to see you back here today. Nice to see that we're 420 people here today. Hello? Yeah, I think the voice was echoing. Good afternoon, everyone. So happy to have you here today. Nice to see that with so many of us here today at the flipped classroom learning and special online e-learning tools. This is a national level faculty development and training program. As I can see, welcome Dr. Mohammed, Dr. Mamta, Dr. Sonali, Professor Adil. Happy that you have joined us all today. And thank you very much for encouraging feedback for yesterday's session. Today, we have people from J&K, Andhra Pradesh, Delhi, Punjab, Maharashtra, Orissa, and many more states. We also have someone from Oman, and our speaker today is logging in from Bulgaria, but she lives in the United Kingdom. Before we start anything else, I would like you all to please rise for the national anthem. Welcome back once again. I am Ruchi Makkar, founder of MakkSkills, welcoming you here today to day 4 of your learning webinar. I would like to say it's wonderful to see the kind of response and energy that I'm seeing in the last 2-3 days. Keep up. I would like to introduce our guest today, Professor Mansukh Maan, Assistant Principal Teaching and Learning, Cabot Learning Federation in Bristol, United Kingdom. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am, if you could unmute yourself and yeah, we can hear you now, I think. Professor Mansukh, are you able to unmute yourself? Yes, great.
That's done, right? Okay. Well, hi, everyone. Good morning. I am Mansukh Maan. Like Richie said, I am signing in from Bulgaria right now. I am originally from India. I did all my education in India, moved to the UK about 10 years ago. I've been living there and working there since then. I've been in the education sector for about 7 years now. I started off as a secondary school maths teacher for teenagers up to the age of 18, which is hard on its own, and then gradually became an assistant principal and led on teaching and learning across the school. So I think when Ruchi told me to talk about where virtual teaching is in the UK, I thought I'll draw upon my experience in 3 roles that I've held over the last 7 years, which are 3 very distinct roles, very different roles to each other, and sort of just give you a different perspective on how virtual teaching has impacted teaching and from those 3 perspectives. So the first one was as a maths teacher. Now, I think a lot of you, Ruchi told me, were educators already. So one of the things that really surprised me when I became a teacher was that there is no one way of teaching a topic. Just because I learned how to solve equations in one way when I was in school doesn't mean that's the only way of teaching it. Second was that everyone learns differently. I didn't know that. I think when I was in school, my teacher just taught me in the same one way, and we all learned the same way, but that is not the case, it seems. And also that a good teacher is not somebody who teaches how they want to teach something, but they're aware of how every individual in front of them learns, and then they adapt.
Uh, Professor Mansukh, I think your network's dropped a little bit. Can you hear us? Do we have you back here? Yeah, I think we have you back here.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, you're back.
So I think the first time I really took notice of why or how virtual teaching can be really helpful for student progress was when one of our students, actually he was predicted a grade E. So we all thought in maths he'll get a grade E, that's the best he can do. But he ended up with a grade B, which is like about 3 grades higher than anyone ever expected him to get. And it was obviously because he was working really hard, he was very determined, growth mindset, all of those good things. But it was also because of a tool that we started using in school that year, and that was called MathsWatch. It was the website that really it's very similar to what people are doing now. But 6 years ago, it was one of the few websites that we were using at that time, which had videos on every topic. So you could log in as a student from home, you could pick which topic you want to learn on. There was a video teaching you how to do it. There were questions at the end. They would check your questions, and it was like having a tutor, but not having to pay for it. So he did that a lot. He spent hours and hours and hours on it. And he did it. He got one of the highest grades in the school, which was not expected. So it really made all the teachers stand up and just take notice. How did that happen? And I think the biggest thing was the fact that he could work at his own pace. There was nobody stopping him. So just because 10 students had finished their work, we didn't have to move him on and say, okay, that's it, you can't do it anymore, move on now. He could just work at his own pace. He wasn't being rushed. And because he had the determination, he could just make use of it in his own time. It didn't mean that straight away we just stopped teaching in the classroom and started doing all virtual teaching, but we really adopted virtual teaching across the school then. And we started using these tools across all subjects. We even started taking students to computer rooms during school time and giving them time to work on the computer by themselves on these websites with the teacher at hand to just answer their questions rather than having to teach them the content. So I think that was a turning point for us in our school in the UK. The second role that I think really shaped my understanding of where virtual teaching can take us was when I led on special education needs in the school. And we used a lot of virtual teaching for students who just couldn't come to school. So whether it was because of anxiety, it was because of mental health concerns, family problems, whatever be the reason, they could not come to school. So we used a lot of online teaching for those students. And that really helped them because that gave them the routine. They didn't fall back in their education, that didn't increase their anxiety further. And that really helped them keep up with their peers. And that was a very useful tool. Another one was for students who couldn't focus. And that seems to be a new problem across the board. So students who couldn't focus in school for the whole day, it's a long day that they have to spend. They couldn't just be in a classroom lesson after lesson after lesson. So we would take these students out and we would allow them to work independently using these tools at that time and break up their day a little bit. So it really helped us work with students with dyslexia, ADHD, autism, etc., just to allow them to work at a slightly slower pace, but still make the progress that they can make. And then I think finally, when I became assistant principal, it was 2 years ago and we didn't know that COVID was going to happen, but it was more so because we wanted to increase the independence that our students worked with. And a lot of our children were so used to being spoon-fed information. If I gave them something, they would learn it. If I didn't give them something as a teacher, they wouldn't really care that much about going and finding resources themselves. So we decided we wanted to get a lot of our school resources online to make our students a bit more independent in their learning, in their revision, and also for parents to start taking ownership of teaching their children as well. So we started putting on creating knowledge organizers for every single class, for every single subject, every single year group, and we put them all on our website. And our homework became pretty much all virtually done on from these knowledge organizers, where students would quiz themselves every year, every day. Sorry. So that really kind of, I think now when we look back, it really prepared us for this situation, because we weren't completely going virtual, but we started embracing virtual learning for quite a long time before COVID actually struck, even though COVID has completely pushed us across the edge, and then now everyone is doing it and every child has to learn that way. So I think one of the key takeaways for me is that virtual teaching is probably not just something that we can associate with a pandemic. So just because schools are shut, we can't go to school, we teach virtually. I think it's also something that we don't let go of when things start getting back to normal. We, however, need to spend a little bit of time, and that's something we've been talking about quite a bit back home, is that it's a bit of time just thinking about what are the pros and cons of virtual teaching, because it has both. It has a lot of benefits. It gives you a lot of flexibility. It allows students to work at their own pace on the same topic for as long as they want to. It can free up a lot of time, I think, for teachers to focus on things that matter more. So solving misconceptions, asking deeper questions, focusing more on understanding rather than just teaching them content. And I think it just gives students a lot more holistic experience as such. But it also raises a few questions for me personally, and generally something that we've been talking back in the UK from an education perspective, around how do we still ensure the same level of engagement on an online session that you do in a classroom? So whether it's because of distractions or poor internet connection or whatever, how do you still manage that engagement of your students? How do you also exactly know what your student has understood? Because when I'm in the classroom, I can stand over their shoulder, I can look what they're doing, and I can just pick out misconceptions straight away. How do I do that in an online classroom? And what about the human connection? I think that's really important. Like, learning is not just about absorbing content. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more around like teamwork, your relationship with the teacher, your relationship with your peers. How do you kind of make it a blended approach? And then finally, I think that's probably a problem it's definitely a problem in the UK. It's also a problem back in India, where we have a lot of socio-economic gap. So how do we make sure that people from disadvantaged backgrounds are not further disadvantaged because of this virtual teaching suddenly? So really, it's about, from my perspective, it's a little bit about, now we've done virtual teaching. We know it's here to stay. It's good, but it's just reflecting back and seeing how do we kind of come together and make it the perfect package, and reflect on our experiences from this time, and just make it something that stays for long and we don't leave anyone behind. I think that's it from me, Ruchi.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Professor Mansukh, for your insights, not only for us in India, but from an international point of view, how education has really moved online in a big way. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to straight head to starting today's presentation. We learned Canva in detail yesterday. We did some basics, and I'm going to start with some more details in today. I hope you can all see my screen. Okay, so can everyone please turn off their videos? It would. Okay, we're more than 300 of us on this call today, so it's going to help everyone to be able to hear more clearly, because the bandwidth will be better. Canva day 2. For those of you, maybe a few who missed out yesterday, canva.com is the website, and it is also an app on your phone wherein you can go and log in to make some great graphics. We ran through this yesterday. What is Canva? It is an easy drag and drop interface. It provides access to 1 million photographs. Here's something new we didn't see in the presentation yesterday. What all can you do with Canva? So I did show it on the website, But here I've taken out some images for all of you to see it with more ease. So there's social media posts. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There's social media posts. There are documents that you can create. Here, they're blogging, ebooks. Some of you might be writers, might be authors, along with being in the education space. If there are events that you want to announce within your college, every college has festivals, you have inter-department festivals, anything that has to be announced can also be designed on Canva. Why Canva? We did read through this yesterday. I'm going to just quickly tell you once again, it is a free app for those who want to use it. It is easy to use. There are lots of background options and it automatically saves your design. Moving on to the next slide. Here's something new, templates. Now, if you see, I had shown yesterday on the website and I've got it in a easier form for you in a presentation form, as I did mention yesterday. It's always easier to view. I'm just showing you a few of the tabs on the left side of canva.com, which I did address yesterday as well. Templates. When you click on templates, you automatically get quite a few options of templates. If any of the ready templates work well for you, you can use them, or you can, of course, start with a blank document. That is absolutely up to your decision. On the right side of my presentation, you're going to see photos. So photos is a tab right after under templates. So as you can see here, I have clicked on all of these. I've taken screenshots and I've inserted it into this presentation for the ease of all of you. So photos are right here. And you can see pictures. Yesterday, we picked up a picture of this cat right here. You can click and search for anything, be it a briefcase or an aircraft, and you will get photos that are going to be relative to your question or your search. Here, coming down, we've seen templates and photos. Now I've opened the elements tab and shown you. So I've done a search of the word water, and you will see a lot of elements of water coming in here. The one difference between photo and elements is that mostly elements will be in clip art form. Photos are going to be, if you click on a search for a photo water, it'll probably show you the sea. It'll show you more real photos. These are more in the clip art form. Moving down under elements, we saw text. Here I've put it out for you. So under text, you can pick 3 sizes. These are only 3 quick sizes for you if you're doing a heading, subheading, or the main body of text. Of course, Canva gives full independence to you to how much you want to increase or decrease the font. So this is just a quick button for you. There are also some font combinations that you all can explore when you go down. Okay. Now, after text on the left side comes music, which is not always available with the free version. So I'm not going to address that. I'm going straight to background. So background options, we did change one background yesterday to say, even if you take a ready template from Canva that you like the way it's presented, but you have your own brand colors or your college colors or your department logo colors that you need to keep, or any background that you particularly like, you can always select either the landscapes or patterns, gradients, or just simply solid colors, as you can see here. So there are lots of options of backgrounds that come along in Canva. On the right side, you can see uploads. So this upload option comes right under the background tab on the left side of the camera website, and you can see uploads. Now in uploads are pictures. Yesterday, we uploaded this picture of aloe vera together in the class, and it's saved in my uploads. So once I upload an image, I don't have to go back to upload it every time I start a document. It becomes a part of my, like I've signed in and I've created the account, it becomes a part of the account. So that makes it always easy to go back to a picture that we are going to. So it's always good to upload your logo and keep it saved so that, time and again, you might need it. Today, we're going to learn basics of Canva, which I've already just quickly addressed because, most of you have attended it yesterday. Getting used to simple tools, I just ran through a little bit of that right now. Presentation designing and certificate designing. Now, presentation, like we spoke about it yesterday, presentations are a very, very important tool for all of us today. It is not a situation like that in the world that only, there was a point about 10, 15 years back that only children from MBA schools did good presentations. Today, as a student, I need to present. my idea, I have to put it down in a graphic format, in a presentation. As an educator, you need to take a concept to your HOD or your principal, or as a principal, you want to give a presentation to all the children. It is something that everybody needs to learn today. Certificate designing. Now, since we're dealing and we're talking to all educators from different streams, it is important that all of you have different sort of competitions in school. They are, be it in school or colleges. There are lots of festivals that are going on. There's a special training that you might run, or you might call in a professor for a special training. And therefore, children always need a certificate that comes along and makes them feel like they have had a, they've got this achievement tool that lets them know that this is also on board. And of course, it keeps them going and, learning new things. Um, we touched upon this yesterday, so I'm just going to go straight to the website to log in to canva.com. Okay, I'm just going to minimize this just a moment. I wanted to share with you some of the, excuse me, sorry. I wanted to share with you some of the homeworks that came in yesterday, just 2, 3, just to give you an idea. I'm going to show you that right now. If you can see on my screen, we have picked up homeworks randomly. It is not, just a moment, I'm going to try and make this. Yeah. So we've picked up any 3 homeworks just to show you some of the work that has come in. It's wonderful. This was a photo collage after yesterday's class that somebody submitted, and I think it's wonderful. There's also somebody who's made an infographic of sort. It's a collage come an infographic about how to relieve stress. I think it's great. I think whoever has made this should also share it with friends and family, because in these times everyone's stuck at home, and I think they could totally do with this subject in general. But it's a very well done. There's another student here who's done a life cycle of a caterpillar. Now, there's one thing I want to particularly show you about this. If you can see the stage 2 caterpillar, the caterpillar has a cross made on it and it says Canva. I want to let you know that this indicates wherever there is a watermark of Canva, it indicates that this is not a free image. So finally, you might have, this person who's made this also might have realized, his name is rightly written here, Mr. Bhuru. So Bhuru might have realized when he was downloading this, it was very difficult for him in the sense that it gave him the option of paying. Now, you must be wondering that I did not discuss this yesterday because we were discussing mostly free images, but I'm going to touch upon, even if you have a free account and you really like 1 or 2 images that are not free, you can always just pay for that instead of upgrading your account. So I'm just going to try and zoom into this once again, just to show you. Sorry, one second. Here, if you can see the caterpillar, it has Canva written on it. This means that this image is a paid one. Moving to one more homework, which is somebody has submitted, and they have done it from their phone. They've inserted an image of a woman with the hand sanitizer, and they've written steps for prevention of COVID. See, even if you're not educating with this in a school or a college, this is something that you can send to your society members of your colony or where you're staying, so that everyone, it is knowledge that you're imparting via a graphic. I'm going to move straight to the website now. Are you all with me? Is there any question that I need to address? Okay, wonderful. So there are no questions I need to address so far. I'm going to start the sharing once again and take you straight to the website here. Okay, here we are, canva.com. Once again, I'm going to quickly sign out. And I'm going to sign in once again right here. The 3 options to sign in are Google, Facebook, and the third one is to sign up independent of any of these. Like I did suggest yesterday, please try and sign up independent of linking Canva to any of your Facebook or Google or any others. So I'm going to log in because I'm already signed up here. Okay. So I'm going to straight head to telling you about presentation. So here I am, it says design anything, and I'm going to say I want to design a presentation. I have to tell you that every word you write on design anything will not get you something. It is, we've already seen that the option of presentation exists, is why we know that they do have a presentation template here. But they're good 80, 90 options, and they are enough ready templates for you. So here are a few ready templates for presentation: the future of communication, corporate brand guidelines, social media strategy, effective teamwork. So, you know, a lot of topics. Your topic might not be covered here, but you might like the way somebody is explaining something. So for instance, I'm going to pick this presentation right here. Here we are. Now this presentation shows us Scheidner and Co. Company Interiors. Now this is the project timeline that they've made. But since you've got a ready template on how this presentation has. Now, if you see on my left side, the minute I clicked on the presentation, all the pages of the presentation opened. So what they've done is, of a theme or a look, they have taken the entire presentation look and they've sent it to you. Now it's up to you to make changes if need be. So I'm on the first page right now of the presentation. So let's say we're talking about, you know, how are we conducting the festival? Let's get names of students interested. Okay, so I'm sending this to my team who's going to be preparing for the college or school festival, and my first step, so I'm putting the steps down for them. Let's get the name of the students interested. Let us understand how much funds we need. That is step 2, right? So I'm not going to do it at all. This is just for an idea. So here, so on and so forth, I can write the full 8 steps and send it to my team who's organizing the festival, that as an HOD, I want to tell you, this is what you need to follow. Now I'm going to go to, say, add page 2. And here I can select any of the ones that I like. If I think that, you know, my next page needs to be white and I like the look that they've given, or actually I do need to show them a graph, then I'm going to select something else. If none of them work, all I have to do is delete this. So I have to show a graph with only 3 things. I'm going to just click on it and I'm going to delete it. 1 second. So again, my background can also change here. I can click on the background, pick another color and change it to a blue or a pink, no matter of the fact that I already have a set template. Canva is giving set templates only to make our lives easier. It is not telling us this is the only way to use it. So I'm going to select a brown one so it's clearer. And here I'm deleting what I don't need, because I only want to show 3 of these here. So what I'm going to do here, because I want to write some text, I'm going to click on text. Maybe click on subheading because I don't want to write it too big. Right here is the plan of action. I've written these words and I'm going to move them on the side. I can move them into a paragraph form. As on Microsoft Word, some of you might be using it. You get options of center aligning, left aligning, right aligning. All those options exist in Canva as well. There is an option to make your text bold. I have to click on the whole thing and click on bold. I can underline, I can do italics. I do understand that many of you are very familiar with this concept, so I'm not going to run on it too much. I can also do point wise. If I want to write here as a plan of action, please start work. Okay, so here's the option of doing this. There are some more options when I click on the double dots, and I'm going to come to that in just 2 minutes. So I've written here the plan of action, please start work, and maybe I want to add 3 elements here. Now I can do, again, click on new page. And now if you see on the left side, because I click text, the templates have gone. There's nothing to worry. I go back to template. It is going to show me what I was working on. And at this point, if you're worried what happened to my page 1 and my page 2, do not worry. They are automatically saved because Canva has that feature. Okay. So this was the way to go for a presentation. I'm going to find a way to click on another presentation just to give you an idea. Here we are back to the page, and I'm going to take something very simple and vibrant. It says 8th grade math. So I've taken something which I liked. I liked the colors. I liked my concept of is very similar to what I want to do. So this is 8th grade math. I can change it from Mrs. Doris Davidson to Mrs. Sonali Seth. Welcome to class. Welcome to a new grade, new learnings, right? So here I am, I've got everything placed. I like what they've done next. I pick the third slide and I make it my second. As a teacher can give your course overview, telling them, I would like to present, this is what math is going to look in the coming days for 8th grade and so on. So again, if none of the templates work for you and you want to start with something from the beginning, you go back home and you say, I want to design a presentation. And let's say your presentation has to have lots of pictures and you don't want to take a set template. Here we are, I click on blank template and I start from scratch. So I've got a blank template. Now, whatever I would like to do, I would like to go to the background, even though in templates also I can change everything I like. Here, I can click on this and I've got my background and I can start completely afresh. Now, if you can follow the cursor to the left where I'm showing you patterns, the pattern I just clicked on, when I put my cursor on top of that background, if you can see the word free is written on it. That means that this is, even for a free account, this is absolutely free. And since Canva will recognize your profile, if you are a paid account and you have more features, it'll continue to show it as free. So don't compare your presentation with somebody else who is getting some extra free images. That might be because they have an extra upgraded account. There are options wherein I don't have some images that are free. So I'm going to see if there are any paid patterns here. Just give me a moment. So when I click on this, when I just put my cursor, it says free, and this is free as well. Here I didn't get that option. So let's see what happens. I'm going to add another page. I'm going to delete this background and I'm going to see if I can just click on this and bring it here. And it doesn't say Canva in the background, but it also didn't say free. So we were a little confused there. Just a moment. So now I'm going to click on photos and write caterpillar, for example. Here, all these images that I'm clicking on the right side, I clicked on an image and it said free. This is an image that is free. On the left side, I clicked on an image that says pro. It has a crown on it. If you all can see where my cursor is, on the left side in the photos, it says pro, which means that if I have a pro account, it'll be available to me. For now, it is not available to me, right? So this image I cannot use, even if it'll show here. When I'm downloading, it'll tell me that this is a pro image and I'm unable to use the same. Okay, let's search for another word. Why don't you give me some word suggestions on chat? So I'm going to search for exactly what some of you are looking for. Why don't you all give me a word suggestion of some photo that I should check? I'm going to check the chat and I'll see what is it that you'd like me to search for. Is there any suggestion on chat, ma'am? No suggestion on chat, doesn't matter. So lots of cat photos, lots of them are free, some are not free, and it'll show you a dollar sign. I think best we see that in the presentation that I've already shown you, because as my usage of Canva is very high, I am on an account which is an upgraded one. Therefore, my options are very many. So I'm going to show you again that Canva watermark in just a moment. Here. I'm going to once again show you that watermark that comes in, and it will come as many of you. I hope you can see my screen right now. Oh, I think it was just a moment, please. Okay. Here we are. Yeah. Now, if you can see the watermark that I had shown you some time back, that is the kind of watermark that will be visible to many of you on the free account. On the image, it is going to have the lines and it will say Canva. I hope you all can
It's
see.
you on the screen.
Okay, no problem. Here we are. So meeting. I think you can see that screen. Just give me a moment. Here, this is the screen that I was showing you once again to show you that some images will have this watermark. If you wish and you think that those images are perfect for you, then it's good. You can pay for it, or you can choose to take another free image. In this case, even the first stage one, butterfly eggs, is a paid image because it has a watermark of Canva on it. Okay, I'm now going to move to certificates. So I'm going to just open the website one more time. Canva.com. Here we are, back to this. Now I'm going back to see how we can create a certificate. So far, any questions? Are there any questions back?
No.
Okay, I'm going to click on certificates. Here we are. Okay. Okay, we're going to click on home and we're going to write certificate. Oh, there we are. Lots of options here. Some very simple. Some have a lot of fun, interesting graphics. Usually, this is the kind of certificate that most colleges and schools tend to give. It is very clear and very crisp, with just a background or just a borderline, and then certificate where there's an acknowledgement, a certificate, who does it get presented to. So let's see. Sonali Rai, I'm going to change it here. If I like the certificate, I'm going to say certificate of not acknowledgement. I'm going to write here participation is presented to Sonali for her contributions in the Youth Parliament held on 22nd May at Jamshedpur, right? For example, at high school or college. That is your name. Here you're going to write the principal's name, president or principal of principal, and the vice principal. Now these are internal certificates. Okay, vice principal. I'm going to just zoom in right here at this point to show you something important here. Now I've written the word principal. I can, and if you can see that it is grouped together with another word, right? When I click on principal, it shows me that it's grouped, right? Because I can see it's connected to something else. On the right hand side, on the top, I have the option to ungroup it. When you click on ungroup, I can go and do anything with this word that I've written here, move it around. I'm going to undo this and see what happened when it was grouped. When this was grouped, when I move it, it's going to move in together. So to be able to move the word principal separately, I am going to have to ungroup it. Now, I have by mistake in a rush written the word principal, but I've written it in smaller caps. And I need to put it, no problem. Principal is written in small caps. I click on it and right on top, I get the option to change it to uppercase. Again, another thing that is made a tool by Canva to simplify our lives, right? Similarly, if I write here, vice chairman, I can go and click on it, select it, and I can make it uppercase. There are 3 dots available. I can make it uppercase, or if there is something I have written in capitals and I want to make it lowercase, then I can go ahead, touch on those 3 lines, and then make it lowercase as well, right? So one more time, we're going to do what we just did for certificates. I'm going to close this and let's pick another certificate. So we're going to take something, again, a very classic design of a certificate. Here, certificate of recognition. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Certificate of recognition. When you see the template, it's clean and easy. If you feel that you want to change the border colors to blue, I click on the border, click on the color, and I've made it blue. none of these blues work for me, I can change it to any color. So it says new color. Now you have the world's colors in your hands. You go and change it to any shade you'd like, a perfect navy, and you let it be there. And there you go, your colors are changed. So, and similarly, I can go and click on this. Now again, it's grouped. So I can ungroup it and pick on the logo, go and pick that. The color that I just identified and created a new color is it's ready on my palette. It's already done that. So that it ensures that I don't pick the wrong blue again. I can click on each of them and go and change the color. Now I want to show you something very interesting. Again, one way. Now Canva has recognized that you have changed the color of two things. You might want to change the color of all the text. So the minute I just clicked on my second element to change color, right here under the colors, it asks me change all of the light green or olive color that we can see to blue. Do you want to do that? I might want to or might not want to. Let's see what happens. When I click on this, Canva has automatically changed the color of all that was in olive color in the existing template to the new color that I wanted, right? You also might choose not to do that. Maybe only you want the logo and the certificate of recognition to be in that color and the rest is fine. Or you want to change the rest to a maroon. That is up to you. The minute I clicked on this, it asked me, do you want to change all the olive into this? I could click on it. All right, don't have to. The decision is completely yours. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out of this one more moment and tell you, after we filled in everything here, principal, vice principal, and all those details here, I go down right on top to download, which is an arrow pointing downwards with a line under it. I can go to PDF print, which is a perfect for certificate printing. Here there are many options. There is a PNG, there's JPEG. JPEG, most of the photos that we click on our cameras get saved on JPEG. PDF is a another format which is great for presentations. Also, sometimes when you're giving it for printing to a printer, PDF is preferred because the clarity is maintained. Video, I'm going to come to this in just a minute, and you can make a GIF out of it. But we don't have to do that with the certificate or an animation. So I'm going to let that be now here, and I'm going to download this in a PDF, let's say standard. It's preparing my design. Now I want to tell you that when I download, and if anything that I'm using is a paid element, this is the time when it's going to tell me, because it won't let me download something that is paid till I have paid for it. So our certificate is ready. I'm going to just open the certificate here, and here is my PDF with my certificate. We just designed this, all of us together right now. We changed colors, we did everything we wanted to do with it because we have the power to control everything in Canva. Every color, every text, every element, every background is in your hands. Okay. At this point, before I go on to telling you all one or two more things in Canva, I would like to tell you that we have very exciting news for all of you. I'm going to just share it on the screen and then talk about it. Here we are. We would like to take this opportunity to announce to all of you that on May 4th, we are conducting a free session for all. Again, the timing will be same, 12 noon to 1 p.m. It's going to be a 1-hour session to teach you all and many more friends, relatives, educators, and anyone you'd know to please register for this if you're keen to learn how to do how to do Google Forms. Okay, I do see a quick error in this, but I wanted to show you how I can change this error. Just hold on. So I'm showing you this that we've created this, and we want to give a free session on June 4th. And I want to tell you that I made this on Canva in 5 minutes. And I'm going to tell you, I made a few errors so that we together on this platform could make that change. Just give me a moment. I'm going to bring it back to the screen. Here we are. And okay, now I want to show you to show you. Now I'm going to go to my designs, all of my designs, as Canvas shares everything. Now, see, if you notice that now I just 2 minutes ago showed you the 8th grade math presentation, and I didn't do anything to save it. It is already in my design folder. Even though I spent not more than 5 minutes on it, it is here on my folder. Even the homeworks I had to present to you, I put it up together in Canva. Here it is. Now, I can go back anytime. I've made a poster, I have, downloaded it, I've shared it with everyone, but here there's an error. So I'm going to sit with you here and change it. So if you see, I can change this. I can change the Google logo that I just picked up from photos. So I'm going to click on ungroup so that I'm able to easily change June, May to June. Now I think the E of June is going a little ahead of 4. So I want to make the font a little smaller. Now if I zoom in closely, percent, you're going to be able to see. I want to align this with June with the 04. So I can make it a little smaller if I'd like, or if I think it's working fine, I can make the 04 bold. I can change the text to anything else. So these kind of errors we all make at different times in our lives. I wanted to tell you that here's something that I presented to you, and yet you can always go back and change it. So here, these kind. So when you send it to your principal and she says, "Oh, you know what? I think let's change the date." You're going to say, "Sure, ma'am, not a problem. It will take me a minute to do that." And you go back and you change the date, and I'm going to download this. And it's good to go. And here it is, the announcement, which I purposely made a little fun for all of you so that I could tell you that editing in Canva is a very, very simple tool. So here we are. Our announcement is back again. We're doing a free session for everyone on June 4th, learning Google Form and Quiz, a great tool again, not only for educators, for students as well. Please know this is a free session, but you must register. It's going to be in the coming week on Thursday, 12 to 1. We will share this with you on mail in some time. And you can, of course, ask your friends and family to come enjoy this session and take the benefit of learning. Any kind of learning always adds to us. Okay, one moment, please. I think you were not able to see that very clearly. Just a moment. Here we are. And okay, I'm going to go back to the presentation and show you that in just some time.
Are there a few questions?
Yeah, I'm just going to take one or two.
How editing is prepared with that?
Quickly, please. Okay, so I'm taking one or two questions so that I can continue right after. Nonetheless, I'm going to open the screen of Canva right here. Okay. Here we are back with Canva.
Can we change the color of the elements?
Of course. So the question that has come in, and I'm going to continue doing it at this graphic itself. Can I change the color of the element? So, okay. So why don't I pick another element and add to this right now? Or let's add a new page for a little less chaos. Okay. Here are the elements. Okay. We're going to take an element that I just took for Google Form. Here we are. I've picked an element which has come here. And this is the Google Form element I just used in the poster right above to share with you. The minute I clicked on it, the option of black color is already here, which means I can change it. There are photos in which I can't change colors, but in elements, I can always change color. So I made it gray or I've made it blue. I'm going to put this on the side. I'm going to show you one more element. Okay, we go back to elements and let's say we're looking for a particular element. Let's say I'm looking for a cycle. Okay, here we are. Here's the cycle. Once again, I want to tell you that I am addressing a question that has come from the audience. Can we change color of elements? This is the cycle. I can change it to any color I want. Now, if you notice, why are there two colors being shown on top? Two blocks of colors are shown because this image, and I'm going to zoom in to show you, this image in particular has two colors. It's got a little gray and it's got maroon. If you don't want two colors, you can change the second color also to the same, or you can actually enjoy creating that graphic in a different color. So I'm going to zoom back, and there you are, a two-tone, two-color that you have decided and you have changed. One more element I'm going to show you. So let's take a real bicycle here. The minute I click on it, let's see what are the color options that I'm going to get up right here. Okay. In this, okay, now this is what I wanted to come to. I'm glad I picked the picture which doesn't have a color option. An element like this doesn't have a color option. If it did, it would have come in two blocks right here. When I click on this color, I bought in a white bicycle right next to it. I'm getting the option of color right here so that I can go and change it to anything I'd like. I'm going back to clicking on the first element that I just got, the first bicycle. It's not getting me that color option right on top next to crop, which means that the few elements that Canva doesn't allow you to change color of, this is one of them. So if it doesn't work for us, we can then not use an image like this. Taking an image which has three colors, here we are. I can change any of the colors because Canva is giving me all the three colors here. So I've made one color maroon, I've turned the pink into gray, and I've turned the yellow into black. Here we are, my colors, just the way I'd like it. Any more questions from the teams?
How can we view our presentation?
Okay, how can we view our presentations? Great. It's a great question. I'm going to show it to you once again. I'm going to close this chat. Okay, I'm back to presentation. So here it is. This is a presentation. Let's do the 8th grade presentation that we did do a little editing on. Now I'm ready to download it. So we've got only 2 pages. Let me add a few more pages to it. So I've gone and clicked on it, and recently used templates are already here. I'm going to see which are the recently used ones. I'm going to click on it. And when I click on the presentation, all the 12 pages come in. Of course, my choice is also to click on apply all 12 pages because I like the presentation just the way it is. So I will just apply the presentation and I will change the text. So I'll say, okay, I don't want just the first page. I like the look of this presentation. So I'm going to say apply to all pages, and it's going to happen with a click of a button. Now we started this presentation saying 8th grade. Mrs. Sonali Rawat, welcome to new class 2020. And we've made all the changes below. Once again, I'm showing you this element here can also be changed in terms of color. This element here can also be removed if you don't want it. So all of these things can be done on Canva simply. Coming to how we can see our presentations, I'm going to go back to the download button right on top next to share. For presentations, I would always recommend that you do a PDF because then the entire presentation comes. If you do a JPEG for your presentation, then you get each page one by one. So now I'm going to just click on download, and it says already all 12 pages. Okay, let's assume 12 pages you haven't finished yet, and you want to send it to your colleague. You want to send her only the first 6 pages and you don't want to create a second. So what are you going to do? You go to download where it says all 12 pages. I'm going to click on the first 4 pages that I'm ready to share, to say one third of my work is done. Selected pages 1 to 4 and download. And I'm going to show you both these presentations now. Here. So everyone has an automatic system on how it gets downloaded. In about a minute, I'm going to show you the phone reflection as well. So here, my downloads come into this folder right here, and I'm going to show you the yellow and black presentation, which is full presentation. Here is the complete presentation, and I'm scrolling down and all the pages are here. So now you can go back and see wherever your presentations are saved. I'm going to do a new share, and I'm going to go to downloads. Okay, so wherever your presentation is shared, you're going to go there and take it out from there. This presentation, I've opened the second presentation where we only took the first 4 pages. This is not the full presentation. So this is what I want to share with a colleague to see if you think I've started out well, or sir, I've started out my assignment. If this you think this is fine, if this is good to go, then I'd like to know from you, and then I would continue to do. Just a moment, I'm going to move this to speaker view. I'd like you all to see me for a second. Okay. Yeah. So you all must know that options exist for both. A student might want to share a presentation with you as a professor to say, sir, if you give me a go ahead that my first few pages are fine, then I'm going to expand on it. Or you might want to share it with your colleagues. I'm going to now move it to showing you this whole thing on the phone. So what we've primarily learned today is creating a presentation, changing your colors of any elements or deleting them if need not be, seeing paid versions or not paid versions on Canva, and also along with it, certificates, the borders, making some word capital or not capital in just 1 second, checking out templates, downloading them very easily, and all of these. I do notice that quite a few homeworks yesterday did come on the phone. So I'm going to switch to the other computer, which is ready with the phone. Again, meanwhile, I would like to also let you all know that since we did talk about it, here it is. The new. Okay. Just once again, showing you before I reach to the phone that we have. Okay. I'm ready to move to the phone. Just a moment. Here. Want to let you all know once again that on 4th of June, we have a session which is absolutely free for all. Please do let everyone know. Okay, I think there's a slight problem with the sharing the screen right now, but here it is. I hope you all can see this. This is the session I'm referring to. While you all just put your eyes on this, I'm going to move to the other computer and join you all from there. Hello. Okay, I'm back. So now I'm going to switch to another computer to show you the phone. And here it is. So now, if you all can see on your screens, Canva, please. I'm searching for Canva on my phone, and this is the software on the phone. It has so many photos. Sometimes Canva takes a while to open up. Just a moment. Canva is sort of disappeared. Yeah. It has so many photos. It has so many of your designs. It is only understandable. Canva takes the time to sometimes open up. Of course, it completely depends on the kind of internet speeds that you're all running with. And the Canvas features, the many features that it has, and the minute we open the phone, it says over 260,000 templates, which is amazing. So again, it asks you on the phone, what is it that you want to design today? Custom dimensions, Instagram posts, Instagram stories. So let's design something a little fun now. We've done certificates. Let's try and design an Instagram story.
Now,
Okay. Here, so I'm going to click on something which is, I'm sure many of you are on social media platforms. We're going to click on something that's vibrant and nice. So many options are coming to me right now for an Instagram story, something as simple as this. A lot of home bakers also tend to do this to make a little post about what they're baking today or what they're selling today. So you click on this picture. The minute you click on the picture, it opens up your entire gallery. So I'm going to just pick a picture from here, which is, let's say something like this. And right about, I'm going to put that picture right there, and I'm going to take the text down, click on the text, and start making it into the text that's already mentioned there using my phone. I'm going to go back and show you how you can even do presentation format and how it looks here. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Right on top that I'm looking. I'm going to click on top and I'm going to say presentation. Here, the minute I write PR, you can see the word presentation comes in. Here, all the presentation thumbnails are here, depending on which one you like. Click on it. When you click on the image, immediately your entire gallery opens up so that you can click and pick an image from your gallery. Now I'm going to change the wordings. Olive to something else, and I'm going to write our team work. Very simple from the phone as well. The minute I'm done, I will say, okay, I'm done with this part. I'm going to click on the other words that says fresh market delivery. I'm going to write Sunita, Abir, and Alia. These are the three students who are putting the work together. Click on the photo. It brings me the entire, click and adjust the picture. You're done with this, and it gives you all the options to pick on one of your camera rolls and use this. So this was to give you a brief about how it's done on the phone. I'm going to bring in Dr. Sangeeta Makkar now. She'd like to say a few words.
hello all. Great to have you guys going so well. And it's fantastic to receive such lovely assignments, submissions by so many of you. I mean, we are flooded with amazing work that we have seen. Some of you are asking us to show more work, but unfortunately, that will take a bit of time, which we would rather put it towards training. That's why we could only show you 1, 2, 3. But what I'm very excited to also talk about, to say to you that we have over 400 registrations. In fact, Ruchi, are there more 70? We are reaching 470 plus.
Yes, the 472 registrations.
And I'm amazed to 472, and there are 24 states across India who have participated in this learning, developing, and evolving series of webinars. So these 24 states, I'm just going to give a big round of applause for all those people who have taken the initiative to consider that it's time that we board the journey of walking on the digital path. The stream opens up completely. The panorama goes on a different metric absolutely when we are on this digital mode. You can, as we have said earlier, you're not only limited to your particular institute, your particular city, community, nation, but you go international. And here we are, people from Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, India, J&K, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Muscat too. That's international. Also, we have people who have joined this series of our training. Orissa, Pondicherry, Punjab, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, UP, Uttarakhand, West Bengal, and MP. These are the 24 states that we have people who have joined this this series of learning. And hearty congratulations to all of you who took this step ahead to empower yourself to be the teacher of the times today, to be the empowered educator of today. And the biggest applause I would like to give for some states from whom we have got highest participation, and we are very delighted. In fact, I was talking to one of the participants from Jammu Kashmir yesterday, Miss Nighat, Dr. Nighat, and I did tell her to pass it to her principal that we are extremely delighted to see that we have got a participation of 140 people, professors, teachers, educators. 140 from Jammu and Kashmir. That's amazing. And we all know for the fact that Jammu Kashmir doesn't support best of network. They anyway are going to a very advanced and before as well. And yet, imagine the interest, the initiative that they have shown and expressed by being on this journey. Not easy. Indeed, not easy, but very strongly commendable. So a big round of applause and thank you to all J&K colleges and schools who have decided to be walking on the path of self-evolvement. So followed by J&K, we have huge participation from Maharashtra, and then followed by Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Goa, and Chhattisgarh. So congratulations once again. And because we really felt very delighted and I thought this is amazing time that we all get together and handhold in taking this journey forward. Sometimes we learn from you, sometimes you learn from our training sessions. We can all be resource people. So therefore, we have also sent a feedback yesterday asking in case if you are keen, you think you are the resource person, we are ready to spread our wings ahead and take you on the journey along. If you think your institute wants a certain level of training in the sessions that we have conducted these, and we have been training apart from these topics, we have been training into many other things. You can always reach out to us and we can definitely collaborate and work together. So therefore, we are planning and hoping to come out with state special session. And the first session we are opening for Jammu Kashmir because we are truly delighted that how beautifully they have really come together for this amazing initiative. And I wouldn't take the credit that this is not our initiative, this is their initiative when they said we want to spread our wings, we want to grow further than what we are today, and that's amazing. So congratulations. And that's why we thought we are going to do state special. But before that, as Ruchi rightly shared, we are coming out with 1 day special free for all, just completely free for all, open to everybody, those who are members on this chat, on this group, or apart from them, if you have fellow colleagues, if you have friends who would want to just learn, because it's important to learn and grow always, please, well, they're all welcome. You can pass this around. If you want them to join us, we are welcome to include, and it's an inclusiveness journey of growth and evolvement. Thank you one on this part of the journey, and we are happy to emerge as a learning community as winners together. Thank you. Have a good day. Be safe. Be healthy. Namaste.